What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, be sure to smash that like button down below. Hit subscribe for more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content in the future. Now, today we're going to hop in and look at the fastest free-to-play route for unlocking Galactic Legend Kylo Ren. It's for new players coming into the game, and then maybe some people who haven't started on the grind to unlock these characters yet. I've broke it down into phases, so hopefully you can hop in and find the area that's most helpful for you as you start the process to unlock these characters. So let's hop in to phase one. This is focusing on arena and unlocking Emperor Palpatine. So the main focus of this is going to be working on your arena team. Now, this is for players who are brand new in the game, who want to unlock this content as they're making the journey up to level 85. So the first team that we're going to look at here is the most accessible first order team that you can have unlocking quickly to make a good arena team. So that's going to be Kylo Ren Unmasked. He is a Cantina node farm. So if you look down below the characters, I've got abbreviations or where the character shards can be found at. So he's Cantina node, HN is hard node farms, and then store means it's going to be found in one of the shipment stores that's out there. So looking at Kylo Ren Unmasked, then you're going to have the original Kylo Ren. He's also a Cantina node, so you're probably going to want to hop back and forth and starring these characters up. So, get 1 to 3 or 4 stars and then hop in and do the next one up to 3 or 4 stars. Then we've got First Order Stormtrooper. He's going to be a solid tank that's going to kind of complement your Kylo Ren Unmasked as you go through the process. So he's in hard node farm, and he should be the first hard node farm that you kind of focus on. And then Captain Phasma, she is a quite an easy character to unlock because she's found in the Galactic War store. And then you've got First Order Officer, another quite easy character to unlock with the currencies in the store. So that'll be a great starter arena team for you, and one that you can kind of focus on as you start making that grind up to level 85. Now, the next list here of 3, we've got Sith Trooper, General Hux, and then we've got First Order Executioner. Now, the 2 that have the yellow circles around them, and just in general, if you see a yellow circle around a character in this is going to be a character that you're going to want to focus on putting that gear into to make it as strong as possible as you're going through the leveling process. Now, Sith Reaper is a solid DPSer, and as soon as you're able to start farming that character, I would recommend moving your hard node farm onto that character so you can make sure that you can get him as quick as possible. And then General Hux is also going to bring a lot of help to your team as far as pushing turn meters around, mass assisting. He's just a really solid new character that they've added into the game. So when you can start focusing on these 2, I would recommend taking Phasma out, taking First Order Officer out of your First Order lineup for your arena team and substituting them in. Now, also, First Order Executioner, he is an extra DPS character, so if you wanted to go a little bit more heavy on the DPS, you can move him in for First Order Stormtrooper instead of the more defensive-minded setup with the 2 tanks right now. So that's going to kind of give you a lot to work on as you go through the leveling process, or just unlocking these characters in general as far as picking out the best First Order team for you to work with. So these are going to work good in Arena. They're also going to work really well in Grand Arena as well. So you can kind of play around and figure out which team works best for you. Now, below that is the Phoenix Squad. Now, this is a team that's very well known in the game for leveling purposes. A lot of people use this as their leveling grind team. So I would recommend working on them as you go through the process as well. When you kind of have that extra energy laying around, start working on charts for them. When you get through some of the store currencies, start working on them as well, because you're going to need 5 7-star rebels to unlock Emperor Palpatine. And the good thing about going the Phoenix route on this, it will also allow you to unlock Grand Admiral Thrawn. So you'll get 2 legendary characters for the price of 1 in that process. So you're going to want to have them as a focus on the side as well. And then they're also a good light side team that you can kind of work through, because you're going to have to work through those light side battles and those dark side battles. So you can focus on those 2 together as you're leveling up, and you'll have 2 solid teams when you get to level 85. So the next phase we're going to look at, phase 2. This is just leftover characters. So thankfully, Kylo Ren is quite a bit easier as far as character farming goes to unlock than Galactic Legend Rey. So these are characters lower priority down the list, but you're going to need them as 7 stars, and then you're going to have to relic them to their required relic levels to be able to have access to the event. So as you get phase 1 completed, get all those characters up to level or to 7 stars, then you can start working on getting shards for these characters. And then I wouldn't focus primarily on gearing these characters unless you're wanting to use the ships with the 2 pilots here. And then, you know, that'll allow you to kind of put them into your arena squad, your fleet arena squad, if you want to do that and go that for your as part of your fleet arena team. But you know, for Han Solo there, I wouldn't necessarily focus on gearing him up. Probably do want to do some hoarding for gear on him, and then kind of dump that in when you get to the point where you're going to unlock the event. So this is also a great time to focus on gear. So you're going to focus on those main players that you have in your first order team. Go ahead, let those be your first gear 12 characters, let those be your first relic characters, and then you can kind of hoard gear for the rest of them, and then add that in when you get closer to the event and that. So phase 3, the finalizer. So one last thing that you're going to need after you get all the characters is to unlock General Hux's ship. And thankfully, you've already unlocked a lot of the characters needed to pilot these ships. So the first order ships are quite easy. The TIE Silencer you're going to get along with getting Kylo Ren unmasked. So you're probably going to have that one close to 7 stars, if not 7 stars already, just from farming him up to 7 stars. And then you've got the TIE Fighter Pilot First Order, and then you've got Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. So you can kind of work through and get those as you get to the point where you've got the energy available for Cantina node farms, hard node farms, and then you can kind of work on when the shards show up in the store for the First Order TIE Pilot ship. So unfortunately, though, they do require some extra ships to be able to do the event to unlock the finalizer. So you only need finalizer to 5 stars, which is not terrible, but you're going to need 4 extra ships along the way. And these ships don't really have a lot to do with the finalizer or first order in general, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But some of them are very good ships that you just kind of want to have in your arsenal anyway for other events in the game. So got 3 bounty hunter ships here. So you've got Boss's ship with Houndstooth there, probably the best tank ship in the game. So you're not wasting anything farming this up. Both of those are hard node farms, though, so it's going to take you a little bit of time to get those. And then also remember too, we've got the packs that are in the new Journey Guide shipment. So you can, if you wanted to kind of focus on spending your crystals, you can also buy some of these ships through the packs as well to kind of speed up that process. You also have Vader's ship, the TIE Advance. Now, Vader shards, you're going to unlock him as you go through the leveling process. You can also find his shards in the shipment store. So there's a lot of different ways to get his shards. His ship is also a hard node farm, but you can find the shards for that one in the store as well. And then we've got Cad Bane, he's in the store. His ship is a hard node farm. And then you've got Boba Fett, he's on a hard node and in the store, but definitely get him through the store. It's going to be a lot easier, faster, and just kind of cheaper to get him through the store. And then his ship also shows up in the ship store, and then it's a hard node farm as well. So you can kind of use that ship energy to kind of work on that ship as you go through the process. So, but thankfully, this is quite a bit easier route to go through than getting Galactic Legends Rey. I do believe when he gets his ultimate unlocked, he's going to be a solid character as well. So, you know, if this is the route that you want to go and you're really focused on Kylo Ren, I believe this is going to be the fastest route for you to kind of work on these things. So just remember, focus on that arena team so you're getting those crystals every day, and then, you know, make sure that you just kind of are wise with the way that you gear up your characters. You know, I recommend being a hoarder and then kind of dumping that gear on the characters when you need it for you know, galactic power reasons. So but let me know what you guys think. Was this helpful for you? If you've got questions, leave those down below in the comment section. Love answering you guys questions, and I will see you guys in the next video.